If we pull on the invisible thread, we can see tarot. Like all true things, it's tied to every aspect of our lives.
3, 2, 1.
From the music that we love to the movies we watch and even the people we know.
Tarot is everywhere and everything.
Welcome to the invisible thread. And like a lot of people would point to the King and Queen of Wands as being very societally concerned in terms of their standing in society, right? But I actually find that's more true of the King and Queen of Swords. And your Fraser comparison is perfect because they were quite snobby about that, weren't they?
Oh, absolutely.
And about their kid. Like he even went to like a private preschool, which I didn't even know was a thing.
And they even tried to bribe the headmaster with money.
It's so true. So again, we're talking swords though. So their concern is about how they're perceived. Because, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, because they're at such a high level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. I always think about like if the King of Swords was to come and take me out on a date, he would probably have the whole thing already planned. He's the type to like consult the restaurant guide or whatever, the Zagat guide, and he's like, okay, this is this, and this chef came here from New York. He's well lauded, and that kind of deal.
So on if you were to date a King of Swords, go on a date, would he order your meal?
No, I don't think so. For me, that would probably be more the King of Wands.
You're going to eat what I eat because I love it, and that means you'll love it.
Because I've got good taste in food. Yeah, exactly. That would be the King of Wands.
And to me, like the King of Pentacles would be, whatever you make, sweetie, it's fine with me.
Whatever's the most fancy thing on the menu is the King of Pentacles, right? He's like, don't hold back. Get the prime rib.
Yeah. Prime rib and more cognac.
Whereas I think the King of Swords, like I said, would have done all this detailed research. He'd want to find the best kept secret in town, and he would really take pride in the fact that he was taking me there. He'd be like, nobody knows about this new hot chef in town, and this is what they're going to make, that kind of thing.
And we have a seat in the kitchen. I paid extra for that.
Yes.
Would the King of Swords be flamboyant with his money around you on a date?
Let me think about that. Again, I think we're more dealing with the King of Wands and Pence there. I think the King of Swords would try to dazzle you by, like I said, what he knows, who he knows, how he can get into the private clubs with you, that kind of thing.
So would you want to date the King of Swords? I mean...
I have. I see I seem to draw in the King of Swords into my life, actually. Which I find pretty interesting combination because I'm a water sign. So now we can imagine the King of Swords and the Queen of Cups on a date, and how would that be?
Did you visualize that?
Oh, yeah. We could take it into archetypal terms again, and we have the empath and the narcissist right there.
That sounds like a kind of yucky combination.
It's pretty intense. Yeah. But we're dealing with extreme versions, of course. Like if we're taking the Queen of Cups in pure form and the King of Swords in pure form.
And you know what else? He on a date with your King of Swords, he would be so let's see, I'm just trying to think. He thought through every perspective how he even looks with you wrapped around his arm.
No doubt. Totally, which is probably why he's taken me out in the first place.
Ooh.
But what the King, well, it's true. But what the King of Swords doesn't know is that you can't think through the feelings. So throughout the course of a date, he'd be like, what am I feeling? What is that impulse I feel? I don't understand what's happening here. Because the water can kind of make its way through the swords.
I'm feeling
like,
this.
My heart?
I'm feeling this salty secretion coming down my cheek. What is that?
Yeah, exactly. Or why do I just feel like being held?
What's happening to me? Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
think
this
about the
really.
King of Swords before a date. He would be the night before the date. What people don't realize, because they come off as being kind of smooth and cool and all of that kind of stuff, but the Nine of Swords belongs to them. And the night before a date, they're probably in that Nine of Swords being like, what if they don't like me? What if she says this and then that? What if the food actually sucks? Blah, all of that's happening the night before they come to pick you up. Then they arrive at the door and they're like, hello, I'm ready.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I could. That is amazing that you brought that up. Being in Nine of Swords, getting ready to go out.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then he would
so
definitely come home from a date with me and be a Nine of Swords because he'd be like, what again? What am I feeling? What am I thinking? What happened out there?
oh, you're talking about after he dropped you off.
Yeah, he'd go home that night and be all Nine of Swords
Would
about
he?
things.
You think the King of Swords were going for a kiss?
Yes. Yeah, I do because they're pretty decisive.
He thought that through too. He was probably saying this. Let me tell you, this is exactly how he was thinking. Okay,
Okay.
he's looking at you. The porch lights on. There's a beautiful evening glow of the moon, right? And he
hmm
says to himself, if I go in 70%, she's going to have to come in 30.
Oh my God, he's giving it a ratio. He probably would. He probably would.
So I'm going to go in 70. And if I don't see that 30 coming toward me, I'm going to probably go 75. And that's what's going. He's not thinking about you just wanting to kiss you. He's actually calculating.
I know, but that's the danger for the King of Swords because then, especially on a date with the Queen of Cups, all that emotional, intuitive energy is going to get through those swords without him noticing. And it'll be like, I thought of everything. What got in there?
Listen, I always thought the third date I get some feel. This did not equate out the way I thought it was going to be.
He should have dated the Queen of Swords, then he would.
Well, she would have said, "Well, isn't the third date when we're supposed to feel each other up?" Because I have to. So let me go on a date with the Queen of Swords right now.
Okay.
Well, first of all, I'm going to brush up on my vocabulary. Now, do I have? I'm not, but I'm not in swords. I'm fire.
Yeah, so how would that be?
I would be pushing her buttons all night long.
First of all, she would want to bring her own car. We know that for sure. You wouldn't be picking her up or dropping her off.
Oh, so we're going to meet there.
Yeah, you'd meet there.
Oh God.
And she'd want you to decide on the place, and then she would kind of make deductions about you based on that.
The minute you walked in the joint, I could see you were a man of distinction, a real big spender, good looking, so refined. Say, wouldn't you like to know what's going on in my mind? So let me get right to the point. I don't pop my cork for every man I see.
She would.
Hey, Queen Swords, what's wrong with McDonald's? I'm just kidding. She wouldn't like McDonald's.
No, she wouldn't. And I always think of the King and Queen of Swords are the type to be very humanitarian and like concerned about the larger things in life, environmental impact, shit like that. If you took her to McDonald's, you'd be like, oh, I see. Doesn't give a shit
First of
about
all,
the
they don't have
rainforest.
sustainable vegetables. There's
That's
nothing
it.
sustainable about this restaurant.
Yeah, exactly. And she'd have all the facts to back that up. So, whoa. So I wouldn't, if I were
So
you, take the
already I'm
Queen of
like,
Swords.
I cannot wait to get the hell off this date. Oh. The path is inside you, and it's always just beginning.
We are forever grateful to share in the exploration with you. We'll see you soon.
Thank you for listening to Self Mastery, the practical art of tarot and astrology.